Parker tries to pick it up. He's got to throw it up at the horn. And it goes! It goes! It goes, baby! A three-pointer! A three-pointer! The Dogs have won it!
Mark 30-second stations. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Stations, please be advised that you must disable your streaming to websites and apps during this IMG broadcast. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime, Mark 15-second stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. This is where the Dogs play.
Shakes and bakes, drives, high kiss off the glass, blocked at the rim. Oh, nasty block.
You got to be at your very best every night.
Driving one-handed, pulls up for a three at the horn. Oh, yeah! And a two-handed monster dunk down the lane. Alley-oop, oh, yeah!
Welcome to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Now to courtside along with Chuck Dowdle. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
And hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball tonight from the home of the Bulldogs, Stegman Coliseum in Athens, as 4-3 Georgia will host 3-5 Texas Southern from Houston, Texas in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The Dogs had their first 6 games of the season crammed into 13 days, but since returning from the Cayman Islands Classic, Georgia has played just once, last week's win over Kennesaw State, and is playing 3 games over a span of 19 days. Time for the Bulldogs to work on their craft with head coach Tom Crean and prepare for final exams coming up soon here at the University of Georgia. Dogs 6'11 forward Nicholas Claxton continues to be an emerging force for this team. He's the top rebounder, the second leading scorer for the Bulldogs. He also leads the squad in block shots, steals, and is second in assists. The sophomore from Greenville, South Carolina, is doing a little bit of everything. Texas Southern is a team in transition with a new head coach and 11 transfers on the roster, but the Tigers have already upset 2 teams in a Power 5 conference with wins at Baylor and at nationally ranked Oregon. Georgia and Texas Southern are coming up tonight here in Athens in the first meeting ever between the 2 teams. And our courtside pregame shows brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Chuck Dowdle joins me on the return to Stegman Coliseum right after these important messages on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This is where the Dogs play.
Shakes and bakes, drives, high kiss off the glass, blocked at the rim. Oh, nasty block.
You got to be at your very best every night.
Driving one-handed, stuff, reverse three, and good. He faked them out inside, no look, dish it, goal.
Pulls up for a three at the horn.
Oh, yeah! And a two-handed monster dunk down the lane. Alley-oop, oh, yeah!
Today's coverage of Dogs basketball is brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. Barbasol, here's a no-brainer. Barbasol is making razors. Try the Barbasol Ultra 6 Plus today. And by State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to an agent at 800-STATE-FARM. Now, to courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Minutes away from tip-off, Georgia and Texas Southern. Here are your starting lineups tonight. First for the 4-3 Georgia Bulldogs, coached by Tom Crean in his first season here in Athens. His starting 5 will feature Turtle Jackson and Tyshawn Hightower at guards. Jackson, a 6'4 senior from Athens. Hightower, 6'5 sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia. Rayshawn Hammonds, Nicholas Claxton, Derek Ogbede round out the starting 5 for the Bulldogs. Hammonds, a 6'8 sophomore from Norcross, leading scorer on the team. Nicholas Claxton, 6'11 sophomore from Greenville, South Carolina, second leading scorer, top rebounder on the squad. Derek Ogbede, 6'9 senior from Atlanta. For Texas Southern, coached by Johnny Jones in his first season in Houston, Texas with the Tigers. Their record 3-5. His starting five features Jalen Patterson, transfer from LSU, 6'1", graduate transfer from Atlanta. Derek Bruce is a 6'3" senior from Moreno Valley, California. Devakio Butler is a 6'5" senior from Atlanta. Jeremy Combs, 6'7", graduate transfer from Dallas, Texas. Trayvon Reed, 7'2", senior from Mobile, Alabama. The tip-off and our keys to the game next on the Bulldogs Sports Network. All right, the pregame light show going on here inside Stegman Coliseum as the starting lineups will be announced to our crowd here in the building. And it's time now for our Ford Keys to the Game, presented by Ford. Elevate your game with a new Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. Chuck Dowdle's got our keys to the game. Chuck.
All right, Scott, I tell you what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start where basketball ought to start for Georgia. In the backcourt, we got to have some improvement in the backcourt. Coach Crane, he's tried a number of combinations, but turnovers remain a problem. And no guard on this Georgia roster averaging as high as 9 points a game. We got to get some improved play out of the backcourt, and particularly in that scoring column. Turnovers, as I mentioned, they're still hurting us. We are dead last among SEC schools in turnover margin right now, nearly -5 a game. Those are empty possessions where you get nothing, and often, as we have seen, the other team gets plenty. So we got to stop that. And finally, look, we're doing a good job protecting the home floor. We have 4 home dates here in December, only 1 road game, and that's in Atlanta. So we got to keep our home a place where the Dogs go to win, and we got to get better in December because conference play starts in January, and that's when I really start counting them. So, I mean, they all count, but that's when we can really make a difference. But we got to get better in this month of December. We got some off time. In fact, after this game, we got 12 days before we play again.
On the 15th, that's correct, when Arizona State comes to town on a Saturday here at 6 p.m. Right now, before we tip, let's pause station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Tonight's tip-off brought to you by Northside Hospital Atlanta. Both teams huddling up for the final time before we begin the game. Georgia will be in white uniforms tonight, tops and bottoms, black and red trim, and Texas Southern all in maroon. A little bit of white trim on the uniforms, numbers, and lettering. And again, 11 transfers on the roster for Coach Johnny Jones, who replaced Coach Mike Davis this summer. Davis left his job in Houston he resigned in early June to accept the head coaching job at Detroit Mercy. Johnny Jones, who was at Nevada as an assistant after being let go by LSU after 5 years, hired back in Texas, a state he's very familiar with. He spent 11 years as a head coach at North Texas.
And Scott, what worries you about this Texas Southern roster is all the SEC experience on that roster.
They got a lot of it. They got 2 LSU transfers and an Auburn transfer. And here's the toss and the tip, controlled by Texas Southern. Tigers' first possession of the ball game. Dogs' first possession just underway here in Athens. Hightower down the lane, layup good. He split the defense, went right to the rack, and laid it up and in.
Scott, my question is, what defense? There was no challenge whatsoever to Deshaun.
Maybe I should have said defenders.
That's it. There you go.
Yes, because they definitely didn't play defense. 4 of 7 on the three-point shot for the big man. It's 7-3. Tigers lead the Dogs. Georgia answers with Rayshawn Hammonds inside the arc, a 2 just right of the circle. That's his first points of the contest. And it's 7-5. Dogs trail by 2. Tiger pass by Hammonds to Turtle, got tipped, and now Georgia steals it back. Hightower down the lane, kicks it left to Ogbede. No showtime, a lay-in. They went for the high percentage shot. Derek gets the basket on a lay-in, and the assist from T-Shawn Hightower.
I think he went for the more difficult.
You might be right. Generally shoot a lot of threes. 10-7. And now Claxton hits a long 2 straight away. Big Clax just take a couple of inches back farther above that line and get that three ball.
That's right, give you an extra point.
10-9. Handed floater. Rebound to Claxton. Long diagonal pass into the front court to Hightower. Floater to the rim, won't go. Rebound, Ogbede. His putback is no good. There's Hammonds to clean it up for Georgia and score. Rayshawn got the second miss and put it back up and in.
Well, thank goodness we had a line of them coming at that side of the board. Huh?
All right, you take a turn. Next. All right, 11-10. Dogs by a point. He's in the corner.
Yeah, we haven't seen that this year. I mean, the guy's got a lot of athletic ability.
Crump with bright red socks. Three ball good. Must be magical socks.
Gotta say, keep those socks.
Yes. That three-pointer by Crump brought to you by Scana Energy. Three ball by Texas Southern. It's a 6'3" junior college transfer from California. Dogs in the corner. Harris for three. Rips it good. Deep in the right corner on the baseline. Jordan Harris with another Scana Energy three-pointer. Jordan has given the Dogs some good minutes in the last two games. Long through, 1 and out for Texas Southern. Crump's got it now into the front court. Fires a pass to Fagan. He fakes the dish on the drive and takes it all the way to the basket all by himself. The defense bit on the fake, Chuck, and Fagan had a clear lane to the bucket.
They bit badly, and the best thing, he laid it high off the glass because they had the big 7'2" guy coming to stretch out for it.
19-15, Dogs by 4. It's 19-15. Dogs lead the Tigers. Patterson at 6'1", floater down the lane, left it short, front of the iron. Harris gets the rebound. Long pass into the front court to Crump. He's going to attack. Layup good. Tyree Crump took it in against Devakio Butler and a timeout.
And that number 2, Jordan Harris, he's the one that keyed that. Great rebound, got the pass up ahead, playing with a lot of confidence.
Dogs 21-15. As Texas Southern calls the time, we will too. 11:39 to go in half number 1. It's Georgia up by 6 over the Tigers on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Which blend right into the red Georgia socks. Claxton with a spin move right on the lane, throws it up with the left hand, good from 10 feet. Sweet move by Big Clax.
That's just not a move that you see guys 6'11" make. A little spin move like that.
26-21, Georgia by 5. Dogs go into a zone. Good. Rebound goes to Claxton. Nicholas fires it up into the front court to Toppin. Back to Nick. Top of the key three. Good.
Wow. Well, let me tell you.
A bit of everything
on
from that
all
guy.
of that transit, Nicholas defended the play, bothered the shot, turned, got the rebound, got down the floor, made one pass, got the ball back, and hit the three.
And the Dogs lead by 8. Coverage. He picks up the dribble. Skip pass to Hammonds between the circles. Rayshawn, left-hand dribble. Spots up for long 2. Left of the circle. Hit the front of the rim. Ogbede, rebound. Put back. He rolls it up and in there with a right hand.
Wow. You know, he's not right-handed, but he got just enough oomph on it to get it over the top of the rim, didn't he?
He's worked hard on both hands. He's obviously dominant left-handed. Georgia leads, and the Dogs have the ball. Claxton right to left into the front court. Across the top of the key. Big man still handling the ball. Finds Turtle Jackson, who's in the game. He goes down low to Ogbede. Footwork can't get him open. Tries to pass it out of trouble. It's deflected out of bounds by the Tigers. Dogs will keep the possession. 17 on the shot clock. Ignas Sargunas will inbound for Georgia right of the basket in front court. Lobs it into Turtle. Whips the ball away from the defender. Drives on the right side of the lane. Kick out Claxton. Three ball. Good!
Wow.
Clax with his second three. That's a personal best. He is. He's got 11 in the first half to go with 5 rebounds. The other way, Georgia with the ball along the baseline. Fagan jump pass out front to Sargunas for a 3. Missed it deep. He goes for the rebound. Sargunas gets it himself and layup with the left hand around the rim twice and good.
That looked like one of my putts. It just kept circling and circling. The only thing was that one went in.
Yeah, yours kicks out, right?
Always.
And see what happens when you follow your shot?
Yeah, good
Ignas
things
got
happen.
the rebound. He got his own miss
happen.
and
Yes,
scored.
indeed.
38-25, Dogs by 13 now. Biggest lead of the night. 5:33 to go, first half. From Westland, Michigan.
Wow.
Ogbede through the lane, lays it up from the left side. He came in from the right and scored from the left.
He says, if Nicholas can do it, I can do it.
Ogbede showing some grit and some speed, and a timeout. Johnny Jones and Texas Southern, they'll take a 30. 40-27, Dogs by 13. We've got the ball. Fagan, left wing. Top of the key, it goes to Ogbede. Look at Derek.
Look at that!
Oh, right down the lane and a layup. He drove from the top of the key right down the lane and laid it up from the left side.
Changed hands. He did everything. I mean, that, you know, it's like we need to move him to the backcourt. My goodness.
I think everybody on our roster is a guard these days. Reverse pivot on the block, nowhere to go with it. Throws it back out front to Fagan with 4 to shoot. Ty, crossover dribble. Kick it to Claxton. Baseline jumper, left side, rattles out, no good. Fagan gets the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, that young man's a competitor. He gets a rebound on the right side, goes underneath and lays it up on the left. That was beautiful.
14 with the ball. Fagan with the ball to Hightower, leaves his man, shoots the 3. Good. His man overran the play, and Hightower was left all alone for a set shot 3, and he knocked it down.
Nicely waited for him to go by, didn't he?
In there. Get the pass to Hopkins down the lane. Dogs work with Fagan. Oh, and a bounce pass to Crump, charging in from the right wing. Takes the feed and layup good.
Crump gave it to him, cut to the basket. He gave it right back to him.
52-35, Georgia. Screen, moves to his left, 5 to shoot. They attack from the right side, pull up 2 with a left hand, won't go from McClellan. And the offensive rebound goes to Texas Southern. Their putback is short off the iron, and that's the way the half ends.
Wow.
Fine first half by the Bulldogs, 52-35.
Yeah, they look good, Scott. I mean, it looked like 6 days of rest and practice, you know, really paid off for them. They came out and they did. You know, we were asking them to improve on their ball handling and turnovers, and they certainly did that.
Texas Southern might be a little road weary from their Saturday trip from Arizona here to Athens, Georgia. They trail at intermission. It's Georgia 52 and Texas Southern 35. Our halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. Georgia Power brings the energy for every game day to your community too. Visit georgiapower.com/sports to learn more. Cabell Philpotts in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He is next as the Georgia Power halftime report rolls along here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Graduate transfer from LSU, Patterson. Go to Claxton. He fumbled it. Jackson picked it up. Then Ogbede has it. He fumbles it. Jackson picks it up again and then finds Hammonds 40 feet away under the basket. Gets him the ball, and Rayshon scores on a lay-in.
The Tigers thought they were going to come away with that turnover, and they were headed down the floor. There was nobody back.
They should have had it twice.
Yeah.
And Turtle got to the ball both times. Pulls up right side. Bank shot high off the glass. No good. Rebound. Fagan underneath. Kick out to Jordan Harris. He misses the 3. No, he banked it in.
No, yeah.
Oh, he banked it in off the square.
He did that on purpose. Now, he didn't call it, but he was aiming for that.
I hope so. Because it was right in front of our sight line, and I was like, no, that's nowhere near the basket. He hit off the square and went inside.
He aimed it there.
And that bank shot 3 was a Scana 3-point basket from Jordan Harris.
That's not something we would normally, like if you kids were here watching that, we would not recommend that as a matter of course to do it that way. But boy, it worked perfectly.
It was moving, no whistle. Claxton has it now, off the wing, through the lane. Feeds it to Fagan, inside out to Crump for a 3. Good! Tyree for 3. Brought to you by Scana Energy, that 3-point basket. Third 3 of the game for Tyree Crump. He's got 13 points in the ball game. Georgia leads by 20, its largest lead of the contest.
Those catch shoots, he is so good with them.
It's the magical Red Sox. Catch shoot 3. Good! Tyree with his 4th triple of the night. That's your Swifty Car Wash Express play of the game. 70-49 Georgia. Patterson with his first. The Tigers miss one from the left wing. A rebound touched out, and the Dogs off and running. Tyree Crump down the lane, and the layup good. Tyree all the way to the rack. 72-52. Crump exploding suddenly for 18 points in the game now. 3. Dogs with the ball. Claxton out, topping in. Ngumeze had to get away from him. Hammonds dives to the floor to save it. Over to Toppin. Reverse lay-in by the freshman. Good. Hammonds created that. Toppin got the candy on it. JoJo with his first points of the night. 78-53. Good hustle by Rayshon Hammonds.
Yeah, diving on the floor.
Come back in. Dogs have gone cold here. Crump, can he get us out? Yeah, straightaway 3 from deep. About a 27-28 footer for Tyree straight away. It's good. And he adds to his total. He's got 25 points.
Again, that's not off the dribble. That's just straight catch and shoot.
Hightower, head fake, drive into the corner. Two defenders there, sends a pass to Ogbede. Wrap around inside to Claxton. Claxton muscles it up, won't go. Rebound tapped over to Hammonds. Put back good, whistle and a foul. They should count that basket for Rayshawn Hammonds and send him to the free throw line.
And now that's what Georgia needs to do. See, that time they were far more aggressive on the offensive glass, and they got a couple of cracks at it.
They may not be able to do anything else, but they can all shoot free throws, it would seem. Dogs work it inside, foul line to Claxton. Head fake into drive, throws it up, misses. It rolls out. Hammonds with the rebound. They swat hit his. It rolls off the iron. There's Claxton for the follow and the two-handed dunk. Well, you got the rebound and the points on that one play. Texas tonight in this half. Not long ago. Texas Southern with a late push. Hammonds to Ogbede to Hightower. Lay in good. All from the foul line down in.
And that was well done. And to Sean, give him credit for making that great cut down the baseline.
Defense. Hightower twisting with the ball, holding his position. And now it's knocked in the backcourt and out of bounds. In the backcourt on the near sideline by Texas Southern. The Dogs will inbound. 11.8 to go. And the Tigers are going to play defense right to the very end. Devontae Lumpkin into the ball game to play defense. We throw it cross court to Sargunas, and he gets it across the timeline. 6 seconds to go. Now they back away. Ignis will slowly dribble it out. Last second of the game, and there it is. Clock hits 0. The Dogs win it 92-75 over Texas Southern. Georgia now 5-3 for the year, and the Tigers from Houston, Texas, drop to 3-6, and the road schedule may be getting a little bit grim for them.
Yeah, no question. And you mentioned it. They had a game on Saturday night. They travel Sunday, and then they play here on Monday night. So that's tough. But give Georgia credit too. Georgia's had some time off. They've done some work, and I think it showed. And now you've got 12 days off before you take on Arizona State. Let's see what progress the Dogs can make from this point forward. Now you're at 5-3. You've got some more games coming up in December. Almost all of them, with the exception of one, are here on your home floor. And that's where like I said, this is where Dogs come to win. It's right here in Stegman.
And that's what they've done all season long, as Derek Ogbede is going to come talk to us here after this Georgia victory. Derek with 13 points and 10 rebounds. He'll put on the headset for us. And Derek, congratulations. Double-double tonight. You guys got the job done. Nice performance.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you, sir.
Tell us a little bit. You guys were able to build a 26-point lead and kind of run away from these guys. They were able to chew into it a little bit, but tell us about that second half and how things were transferred.
So we try to come out the same way. Try to stay aggressive, smart, aggressive. Keep our foot on the gas, as they say, and keep coming out strong. The crowd brought all the energy we needed, and we played off that, and it was fun to play.
What was the message from the coach at the half?
He wanted us to be relentless in a sense, to keep the same mindset, no matter who we're playing, no matter when we're playing them, to keep the same mindset, play the same way all the time. And this is hard, competitive, smart style of basketball. The style of basketball that we're trying to brand as ourselves. So he's been painting that image for us to decorate it, and for us to really find our identity as a team. Doing that in the same sense. So.
He wants you guys not looking at the scoreboard, not looking at the opponent, just play into a bar that is exactly. Your love, that is acceptable in his eyes and your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, now when they made their run in the second half, they really did it by getting on the glass.
Yeah.
And they kind of took a little bit of an advantage, kind of took away the glass on both ends, offensive and defensive.
Yeah, they definitely came out strong too. Much how it was expected. So we made adjustments to their adjustments and adjusted some more and played off that.
What was it like inside against their 7'2" guy, Trayvon Reed? Talk about that experience. What was going on inside that maybe we didn't see?
He's a big guy. He's a big body, and we were told matchup rules. Obviously covering scout prior to the game, and just really had to try to stay attached to him and keep him away from the goal as much as possible. So it was a separate mission from the game mission
A tall order, no pun intended.
Almost definitely. Yeah.
For you and Nicholas, talk a little bit about how you guys are playing together. That's a very good combination that Georgia has right now.
We're really looking to get extremely cohesive as a team. Me, Nick, all our guys. When we really learn to play together, play our style of team basketball. It's going to be something to watch, I feel like.
Derek, you've been working with the guards. They get you putting the ball on the floor, making moves inside, right hand, left hand.
In this style, everybody does everything. So, the guards might post up some, and I'll be out there in perimeter, might shoot a three.
Well, when the guards start posting up, that's when I want to be somewhere else. I don't want to be watching that.
Derek, continued success. You look like you're having a lot of fun out there. Congratulations on this one. Nice job.
Thank you. Much appreciated, sir.
Derek Ogbede, our offensive player of the game, brought to you by IBEW. He's our player of the game, presented by IBEW. Not just offense, defense. He's the whole player of the game as he hustles off into the locker room now, and we thank him for coming by and giving us a quick chat after this Georgia victory, 92-75. And before we get into our locker room report coverage, let's pause for station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
See store for details.
Post-game locker room report brought to you by Aaron's and by Regions. Lease to own top brands in furniture, electronics, and appliances with no credit needed at Aaron's. Our final stats are brought to you by Northside Hospital Atlanta. The Dogs win it 92-75 over Texas Southern. Georgia with 52 points in the first half, 40 in the second. It was dead even in the second, 40 points apiece for the Bulldogs and for the Tigers. Leading scorer in the game was Tyree Crump off the bench with 25 points, a career best, 8 of 12 shooting the ball, a career high 5 3-pointers in the ball game, 5 of 7 on threes. He was 4 of 5 from the foul line. And then twos across the board the rest of the way. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals in 25 minutes on the floor. He was one of 5 players in double figures for Georgia, along with Nicholas Claxton, 15 points, 9 rebounds. He fouled out of the game with less than 3 minutes to go, I believe. 14 points and 8 rebounds from Rayshawn Hammonds, 13 points, 10 boards from Derek Ogbede, his second double-double of the year, the 8th of his career. And it was Tyshawn Hightower, the final player in double figures, with 10. He was 3 for 7, had 1 3-pointer to his credit. Perfect from the line tonight, 3 for 3. The Dogs hit 17 of 22 foul shots tonight, 77%. The Tigers of Texas Southern were 16 of 24 from the foul line, 66%. They shot 35% for the game. Georgia shot 48%. The Dogs win the rebounding battle, 50-35. Chuck, final thoughts.
Final thoughts are just what Coach Crean said there at the end of his interview, is that we got to start to think in terms of 12 days from now, Arizona State coming in here, and we need a packed Stegman Coliseum. You need this place to be absolutely sold out, and for more reasons than just the on-court effect that it'll have for these Georgia Bulldogs going against, at this point, an undefeated Arizona State team. It'll have a huge impact on how this program can progress down the road.
Yeah, this may very well be the best team that Georgia has faced thus far, and we've already faced some pretty good ones when Arizona State, currently 7-0 on the year, comes to town a week from Saturday. We thank you for staying with us here through our post-game coverage, brought to you by Aaron's and by Regions. And some things are bigger than banking, like cheering for the Dogs every game day. So whether it's a celebratory selfie or a photo on campus, turn your favorite game day moment into a Regions Your Pick Studio Visa debit card. Order your card at regions.com/yourpickstudio. Regions is the official bank of the SEC. That's going to conclude this portion of our post-game coverage. For Tony Schiavone, our producer-engineer, for my broadcast partner Chuck Dowdle, I'm Scott Howard. Final score again tonight, Georgia 92 and Texas Southern 75. Cabell Philpotts in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He's next here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Welcome back one final time inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia winners tonight over Texas Southern 92-75. The final score as we look ahead the week in Georgia athletics. The women's basketball team against Furman tomorrow night, 6:45 airtime, 7 o'clock tip at Stegman Coliseum as the Georgia women take on Furman. And then most of the basketball teams are off until the following Friday, the 14th of December. Georgia at Villanova for women's basketball, a 7 o'clock tip in the city of brotherly love. And then you heard Coach Tom Crean say he needs everybody in Stegman Coliseum a week from Saturday, the 15th of December, as Georgia takes on Arizona State. A 5:35 airtime across these same radio network stations for a 6 o'clock tip on Saturday, December the 15th, Georgia and Arizona State at Stegman Coliseum. For our entire broadcast crew, I'm Cabell Philpott saying goodnight, reminding you once again the final score from Stegman Coliseum: Georgia 92, Texas Southern 75. Dogs on top.
You've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions Bank and Aaron's on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions Bank, the official bank of the SEC. By Aaron's, leased to own top brands in furniture, electronics, and appliances with no credit needed at Aaron's. Barbasol, here's a no-brainer. Barbasol is making razors. Try the Barbasol Ultra 6 Plus today. And by State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to an agent at 800-STATE-FARM. The executive producers of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network are Tom Stoltz and Tim Pernetti. Associate producers Tom McDonald and Chris Ferris. Network manager Adam Witten. I'm staff announcer Carl Shannon. Special thanks to the University of Georgia, Athletics Director Greg McGarity, and to the staff and management of Cox Media Group. Georgia Basketball is an exclusive presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by IMG and JMI Sports.
Improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.